Hi, howdy, how the hell y'all doing? I'm pissing soft people off and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be bringing you a story about a little girl in Azerbaijan who is in an orphanage by the name of Totu. And the first thing I'm going to talk about Totu is how Totu is a ridiculous name, and that was a name that was just given to her like a nickname. I'm not sure by her or by who, if it was the mother or the people that have custody of her now, but that's irrelevant. Regardless, Totu sounds like a dog's name, and that's just ridiculous. This little girl's actual name is Aysun. A-Y-S-U-N. Aysun Mursalova. That's her actual name. Her mother is Salala Mursalova, if you didn't know. A lot of people don't. It took me a long time to find that, and combing through a lot of Azerbaijan websites to find her name, translating and all that. So, as a lot of you probably already know, this little girl has been abused. As it appears. There's videos of her very sad, very upset, very scared, and also some bruises and things like that. There are other allegations as well that I do believe are probably true, but I can't bring those up on YouTube. So we're just going to have to ignore those for now because I've already lost one video and got one community guideline violation because of trying to expose some stuff and get more stuff out there to y'all, but that's neither here nor there. We could still cover the story. It's just going to have to be slightly omitted due to the rules of YouTube. So, you guys all know what I'm talking about, but we're not going to talk about that portion of it. But, either way, let's go ahead and get into it and see what this article from Azerbaijan, yeah, that's as close as I'll probably ever get to pronouncing that right. I even Google translated it and listened to it first before I said it. Still got it wrong. Either way, let's go ahead and jump into this article that I had to translate, which is very easy, but not everybody knows how to do it, so I did it for you, and we can go ahead and check that out now. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so as you can see here, on the left is Aysun, and on the right is the owner of the shelter. The owner of the shelter where the baby was allegedly beaten. Nobody can knock me down. So let's go ahead and read on. And just so you're aware, some of these words are hard to pronounce. I've already tried to read it once, and I got a little bit tongue-tied. So, that's probably going to happen again. So, if I skip over any words or mispronounce them, that's just how it's going to be. You're welcome to try to read it yourself and get them right, but I'm just going to do what I can. Anyway, in Baku, reports have spread about the horrific images of a child nicknamed Totu, who was left to die in the sevgi shelter, where minors are allegedly tortured. Concret AZ reports that Kamala, the head of the Azerbaijan Children's Union, expressed her concerns about what happened in the sevgi children's shelter on her social account and called on the state institutions to save the baby. He mentioned how Totu, real name Aysun, we already covered that, is living in the shelter and became after being beaten for 2 years, and the owner of the shelter, Connell, had many appeals to him about his behavior and actions with children. The spitting image of the baby and its future fate also created a buzz in the public. Everyone demanded that Totu be immediately examined and treated and handed over to the state. The owner of the shelter, Kanal, and the mother of the baby who stayed with her received harsh criticism. Kanal Gasamanova, who became an object of criticism regarding the issue, made a statement on her Instagram account. Kanal, who did not agree with these claims that the child was tortured in this shelter, threatened to take legal action against Kamala, who posted about the beating of the baby. We will soon hold a press conference and all of the media will be informed about it. Together with my lawyer, Logman, we will appeal to all authorities. Humanity's nameless creatures have shared again. I did not respond to the post myself because I'm not the right person for him and I do not go down to anyone's level. You, Kamala, are not worthy to call my name. He will answer to the law for slander and in addition for defamation of my honor and dignity. These insults have continued for many times, but there was no proof. I will not give up on Miss Kamala if she does not prove the accusations of beating the child, shelter, and me. The child's mother is with me and witnessed what happened. Well, she used to be, but to our knowledge now, if you've been following the story, the mother is nowhere to be found. She is not there anymore. She's never in the picture. She's never in the videos. And actually, she's been on some other Azerbaijan news type show. I actually found it, but, I don't speak Azerbaijan or whatever, dialect it is that they have. So therefore, I couldn't understand a f***ing thing that they said. All I was able to do was translate the title, find out the woman's first name, and then go on from there. And her name is Shalala Mursalova. That's the mother's name. That's her full name. That's the first time that I've ever heard it said in the English language. Otherwise, it was in the Azerbaijan stuff. So therefore, I was able to figure that out. So therefore, there's a little piece of information for you. Maybe you guys can find something more on that. But either way, let's get back to the story. He also applied everywhere. Nothing happened to the child. We are in regular contact with Tabib. The baby slept in the intensive care unit of the Children's Neuropathy Hospital under Tabib. We have an examination papers. It is registered in that hospital. Also, I am the daughter of Zuluf Gasimova, and I am proud of my family. No one can knock me down, said Connell. The mother of the baby in question accused Kashagata Blabla and Kamala, the host of the I'm Looking For You show, for what happened. He even criticized and insulted them. Speaking to Brisma Media about this, the head of the Azerbaijan Children's Union, Kamala Asgrad, said that everyone is responsible for the laws of the state and that he is ready to answer if he has done something illegal with the children in question. There's no response from the government agencies on the issues yet. It should be recalled that on May 10, 2022, the facts of torture of children were revealed during the morning monitoring conducted in the shelter located in Bakakanova settlement, Sabunjaka district. In connection with the incident, and prosecutor's office opened a criminal case against the head of the shelter, Connell, and an investigation is underway. Jesus Christ, some words when you put them together are just not easy. Anyway, continuing on. In June, it was reported that the House of Love, which came to the fore due to the scandalous incident. See, like that. Which came to the fore due to the scandalous incident. What is that? I'm going to continue reading, but I just think that's insane. Like, that's not English. I mean, I know I translated it, so I guess maybe that's why, but Jesus Christ, that's a mouthful. Anyway. Which came to the fore due to the scandalous incident was temporarily closed, and the children in the shelter were handed over to the family members and relatives. It should be noted that the investigation into what happened at the Sevgi Children's Shelter has been completed and the case materials have been sent to the court. But even though it was decided to close it for 7 months, the shelter is still in operation. So as of right now, all these kids are still there. I've got a lot more information on this, a lot more weird things. Some people think that there could be, the things that we talked about in the beginning that we're not going to talk about because I don't want to get banned on YouTube again. So we're not going to talk about that portion of what might or might not be going on. But at the very, very least, you can see that these children are not happy. They're scared. They have visible bruises. So therefore, they are being physically abused at least. Probably also mentally abused. If you look into some of their eyes, you can see that. It's pretty sad. I am going to make some more videos on this, and I do have a lot of footage from all these people. But I'm going to try to keep this one a little short. So if you're interested, just watch out for the next few days or few weeks. I'm going to keep covering this story and put some more stuff out on it. But I'm sure a lot of you, like I've said, already kind of know what's going on. I've seen a lot of the videos anyway that I'm going to have because you've been following it on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, whatever your social media of choice is. But you get the point. But at the very, very least, I'm pretty positive that they're at the very least scammers. So, if nothing else is going on, they're horrible people. They're scamming people, and they're using children to do it by exploiting them to get money. So regardless, they are still abusing the children. That is true, and they are getting donations for it. And I can't prove one way or the other, but I'm going to, you've seen the information. I'm going to give you more information as well. But just like this right here. As you can see, January 28, 2017. This little girl right here, Nerfurakova, I guess that's her name. But this is actually her mother's account. This, goes all the way back to when this girl was an infant. So the mother created the account, started taking pictures, and then has basically rolled it into, this girl. I'm not saying this girl doesn't use it, but this is the mother's profile, but it is in the daughter's name, and it is mostly of the daughter, who seems like a spoiled f***ing brat to me. Which is understandable, when she gets to lead all the other children. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about if you've seen any of the videos. But either way, back to the scam part that, I don't know. Maybe just see what you think, okay? January 28th. Right here, you can see. This little girl has hair. Does she not? Tons of hair. Plenty of it. It looks like this little bonnet thing on her, it's all pluffed up because there's a bunch of hair stuffed in there. But then when you go over here to this picture, On February 1st, 4 days later, she's completely bald. Never seen any posts. I combed her whole Instagram all the way back to the very first post. Never seen a post. I translated everything. Never seen anything about cancer, hardship, anything about that with this girl. However, she ended up bald. Why would you shave your daughter's child? I don't get that unless you're trying to make people think she has cancer so you can get donations. Because that has been one of the main accusations, is that they are just scamming to get money. They go live on TikTok and say, oh, look at baby Totu, she needs help, send us gifts, blah, blah, blah. All that shit. Not to mention all the other kids. Have you seen them? I mean, if you've seen the videos, and I'm going to cover some more, but if you see it, they dress all the boys, at least most of them, like girls. They all end up in pink. I'm guessing that it's that girl's hand-me-downs, you know, the actual daughter. As far as we know, it's her actual daughter. We really don't know where she came from, considering she owns an orphanage. They have pictures of her when she was very young, but no pictures of her giving birth or in a hospital or anything. So, technically, who knows? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't her kid. Either way, it's her kid. Okay, that's what we're going to label her. That's her daughter. She has the son, which is the one who owns the shelter, and then she just runs it. But, anyway, that's what I've got for you all today. As you can see, at least in my opinion, it kind of looks like they're at least scammers, definitely abusive, and possibly way more. But like I said, we're not going to talk about that here on YouTube. But either way, I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope it was informational, and I hope you all have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one. What the hell are you all still doing here? The video's over. Just start clicking on some shit. It's around here somewhere. There's buttons and likes and all kinds of stuff you can do. I think there's even some more videos. I don't even know where. I can't see anything. I appreciate you all. Catch you on the next one.